Hi friends, it's Amanda. Welcome back for more Shimmerz Paints inspiration with the gorgeous Sweet December colour kit. And so many gorgeous colours in this one. I've got vibes in the Frostbite colour to start with. There's the beautiful Shimmerz Pip Pip Cherry and Shimmerz Bubblegum Blast in this month's kit, as well as the gorgeous Inklings Twinkle Twinkle, and this is just super sparkly and very, very pretty. Here's a quick look at those colours now. Aren't they gorgeous? I love the gold in the Frostbite there, and if you paint it, that's the colour underneath. So spritzed from the bottle in the darker with the gold, and then just painted with a brush undiluted, so quite a variance in colour there. And the gorgeous dots as well that coordinate, and there's also a cut file in this month's kit, and unfortunately I didn't see the cut file until I'd already made this video, so I do apologise. I've used a different cut file. It's just one I had in my stash, and I apologise. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things that I didn't know about, but I think it still shows the versatility of the kit and what we could do with it. So I'm coming in now. This is the Bubblegum Blast colour first, and just painting up a big sheet of paper that I can use to back my cut file with, and just coming in, there we go, just filling it up so I can really make the most of that gorgeous colour. It's really pretty pink, isn't it? And it's so shimmery, like when it dries, it just, yeah, the colour's divine, absolutely stunning. So that's the gorgeous pink. It's wet at the moment, but you'll see it in a moment dry. And then I'm going to repeat the same process using Pip Pip Cherry. That's this one here. And this one has that, yeah, more of that gold tone in it as well. So very similar to the Frostbite colour. And oh, another one that just makes you swoon. It's absolutely gorgeous. So just going to give it a really good stir to make sure that all the pigment is evenly distributed. And oh, look at that. You can see these paints are so creamy. They go on so smooth, absolutely lush. Gorgeous colour. Really, really pretty. So just filling up. And then because our paints are so easy to use, they also have no nasties in them, so I can just quickly wipe my mat over. And honestly, I just use paper towel and some water, so it comes off really easy. And yeah, just beautiful paints to use. So two very gorgeous Shimmerz colours there, and this is them dry. You can see, look at the sheen in them. Oh, it's really hard to not actually have my lighting reflect on them, because yeah, look at that, gorgeous. It's a really beautiful shimmer and sheen on the paint. And yeah, I'm going to use these two colours to back the cut file which I have chosen. And it is a Paige Evans one, similar in that it's designed by Paige Evans to the one in the kit. But yeah, look, it's not the Candy Lane one, and I do apologise. But I did want to use that Christmas theme. So this is another one from Paige Evans. I think it's called Holly and Wreath. No, not Holly and Wreath, Holly and something. But it's in the silhouette store, and I'm sure you'll find it there in the Paige Evans collection of cut files. And I guess, yeah, like I said, just showing the versatility of what we can do with this kit then, because even though it was designed for Candyland, you can also do other Christmassy style pages. And you can see I used the shimmers in the Pip Pip Cherry for the berries in the holly there, and I also used it for the darker shadows in the bow as well. And then of course Bubblegum Blast for the bow. And now I'm coming in with that Frostbite in the vibes, and you can see it just needs a really good spin before I use it. And then I'm just going straight on, spraying it up, because I actually loved how that looked when it was sprayed. And then I also come in some of those gaps, just so I'm not using too much water or too much liquid on my cardstock. I mean, it's a pretty strong cardstock anyway, but I didn't want to have, too much liquid seepage and warping that cardstock. So using the other technique now with the packaging paper, and you can see that gorgeous gold. Look at that, and this is wet, so you can imagine what it's like when it dries. It's really stunning. So there we go. I've finished it off, and I'm just checking with my cut file how I want it to look. I'm gonna add just a little bit more and patting it out, but because the cardstock is really porous, it's pretty much almost dry already anyway. And I like how that's looking. I just want to make sure it really does back the cut file as such and support it. Yeah, look, that's better. And I like how that looks, but I think it needs some splatter now. So I'm also going to come in and use that nozzle, tap away and flick and add some extra little droplets of that gorgeous blue because it really is super pretty. Gorgeous colour for Christmas this year. Really lovely combination of colours. There we go. Just a few more for luck. So I'm going to give that a dry, and you can see now, look at that gold. Isn't that stunning? And it's hard to pick up on the camera, of course, because I filmed this at night. And yeah, it was a little bit harder to see because of the lighting I have to use. But really, really gorgeous, and you'll see it a bit better in the close-ups after. And now I'm using the beautiful Pretty Little Studio Glitter and Ice collection, and I'm just going to put a trim around my cardstock there because it did warp a little and I felt like it was just enough that it bothered me. There's my beautiful darling too, and it is a Christmas photo. He's wearing his antlers that he got one year for Christmas, and we'd just finished decorating the Christmas tree and they were dancing around and were quite excited, and it was just a really happy Christmas moment. So going to document that one, and of course the blue in his pajamas and in her school uniform, and then of course these little pops of red, and it just tied in lovely. So, and of course it's Christmassy, so perfect. Just going to go around and distress those edges as well. So I added the cardstock to the back, the glitter and ice paper to the back of my cardstock, so you've got that lovely trim border now. And I'm just distressing up quite a few of those edges to give it a bit of a messy and raw feel, because I'm not really going to do too much more to my layer. I really wanted the paint just to do its thing, because look, those colours are just divine. They don't need layers and layers of embellishments and extra fancy things. Sometimes we just want to use our paint and show it off because it is gorgeous. And yeah, so I've kept my layout fairly simple, but to add a little more texture and dimension to my page, just roughing it up a little bit of that distressed torn look. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going. And oh, I like how this looks. Look at that. Very, very pretty. I'm not going to back the leaves. I did consider it, but I decided that the addition of green wasn't really going to flatter that blue at all, and it didn't really need it. So instead I foam mounted, so I've got another layer of dimension now. So just giving it that little bit of a pop, and you can see how good that cut file looks against that beautiful Vibes Frostbite background. So yeah, gorgeous. So coming in now with some more of the Pretty Little Studio Glitter and Ice pieces, and just picking out, yeah, some sentiments and words that work with my story. Does need a little tight on. Believe in the Magic of Christmas is just perfect. And yeah, deciding to go with that one for today. But I'll go through and pick out a few pieces and decide what works for my story, and perhaps, yeah, what fits and ties in beautifully. There we go, just coming up with a few pieces. This one says, having a jolly good time. And I think the fact that he was in her arms, they were dancing around the Christmas tree, was a pretty good sign it was a jolly good time. So that's a perfect one. And of course those colours play off the beautiful frostbite blue as well. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that this particular colour kit works beautifully with the new Glitter and Ice collection from Pretty Little Studio. Yeah, that blue is just divine, absolutely gorgeous. Adding in some of our beautiful dots now as well, and just having a bit of a play as to where I would position them as well, because they are a dominant feature and they're such a lovely embellishment. I didn't want to not use all of them. I thought the 3 was a nice number, and look, they're just so pretty. So yeah, adding them in and using some other circular piece embellishments from the Glitter and Ice collection to enhance that look. And some stars. And yeah, look, as I said, it's a really simple page. It's not too tricky. There's a little bit of foam mounting, but you know, that's about it. It's really nothing too tricky at all today. Because that paint really does do all the hard work. It's stunning. So finishing off with some sequins. These are of course from Spiegelman Scraps. Look at them. Aren't they just gorgeous? Such a pretty Christmas page. But as I was looking at it, I decided that, you know what, I'm not happy. It needs just that little finishing touch. And that's where Inkling's Twinkle Twinkle is perfect, because of course white's quite a difficult colour to see, but if you're just adding that little bit of sparkle and shimmer, you'll see it really does make the difference. And Can't quite see it going on because of course it's such a hard colour to see, and I'm sorry that from this view it is a bit tricky, but in a moment you'll start to see it pick up and start being a little more dominant, and just to be honest adding that extra bit of wow to the page because it really is a lovely pop of sparkle to the layout. So in we go again. Just adding those little extra touches where we need them. And this would be a really lovely one for painting over flowers as well, like flower embellishments, because it really just adds that gentle lift of colour. Really, really pretty. There you go. Look, you can see it on the blue there. That's a bit better. Such a gorgeous white. Twinkle, twinkle. Absolutely, it does. It sparkles, and you'll see it on the close-ups just how sparkly this Inklings is. It's just gorgeous. Twinkle Twinkle is definitely perfect for adding those sparkly touches. It really does make all the difference. It's a really gorgeous colour, and you know it'd be terrific for painting flowers with or other embellishments because it really, look at that, just that little hint of wow. It's so delicate and divine. It's really, really pretty. And yeah, look, that's pretty much my layout today. I hope you've had fun watching. It was a really easy one today, but one that I think really showcases the beauty of this month's colour kit. It is divine. I would race to the shop to get yours. I'll pop a link down in the description box below because I don't think these paints will last very long. And if you've got questions or comments, pop them down below. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. I've got lots of beautiful close-ups coming for you shortly. Have yourself a wonderful, happy, arty days. Bye.